good morning. How y'all doing? My name is Stapson Barnes, and I'll be giving you a slight brief on why I feel felony rights on voting should be reinstated, no matter what their charges were, no matter what it was they went through, all right? So what you're looking at right now is the United States of America. If you look closely, and excuse me for coloring light, but the light pink means that after the sentence, they can get their voting rights back. If it is red or of a darker color, they will, some of them will, some of them won't get rights back. If they are dark blue, like you see Maine and Vermont here, they are states that do not take rights away from prisoners. And then states that are in the light blue, after prison, after your sentence is complete, you will have your full rights back. The reason why I want to say that is because right now we're in a state of having a big political issue with voting, where one vote really does make the difference in between a major political winner and a major political loss as far as where the country wants to be and what we stand for. So in terms, we have the some felony disenfranchised laws have roots into Jim Crow. Jim Crow is something that came about when slavery ended, but people did not want blacks to have the rights or to feel like they were empowered because they were free. So Jim Crow laws came back to provide that oppression. And with Jim Crow laws, we were losing restrictions further again to argue that voting should be universal right, one not, or 2B for black people to have under these different things. The other issue with Jim Crow law was they varied by state within the South. So some Jim Crow laws were the same, and then some were different, or they were more extravagant. But the biggest thing was these laws that we have for our felonies or our prisoners all generate from the original Jim Crow laws, which made other laws more discreet or more obsessive. Like, for instance, if I got mad at my manager for something as a black male, and my manager, of course, would have been white during those times in most cases, and I yelled at him or I had a disagreement, I could be locked up for disobedience. That was a law against black people. So can ex-felons vote? So going back, past mistakes in law, encourage the future. Felony disenfringement laws. All right, so after the South lost the Civil War, state lawmakers in Florida enacted laws, the Black Codes. So the Black Codes are the opposite of your Jim Crow laws, right? These are actual hidden agendas by each state, right? A Black Code is something that they were doing in code to hinder black people or even other minorities from being able to do the things that they wanted to do. These were infringements on their civil rights. So the 13th, 14th, and the 15th Amendment were all being violated by these black codes. These all go back to what Miss Michelle Alexander wrote, is we use our criminal justice system to label people of color criminals and then engage in all the practices we supposedly left behind. So basically what she's saying is we take before we can even give them an idea of who they really are. We label them a criminal before we even give them a chance. So there's a push to end felony disenfringement laws. Who's leading that? Well, you have Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is from Vermont. He's a senator for Vermont. So his state wholeheartedly already agrees that no matter what, you should still be able to vote. The reason why is because your voting can encourage the difference in what those laws would be just for what you were locked up for maybe. But not just that, but once you come back into the civil world, what are you? You're still an active citizen of the United States. You should have a right to speak on what you feel should be done for you as a citizen through your political personnel within your state or the federal government as well. You also have senators or Republican governors like Kim Reynolds, who did not want to restore voting rights for people who completed their felony sentences, with exceptions for homicide. Oh, she did. I apologize. She did. She's a Republican senator that did want to. We'll get into a Republican that didn't right now. So you have, this is a statistic here. Mark Meredith at the University of Pennsylvania and Michael Morse at Yale have given us that had all ex-felons been eligible to vote in Florida in 2016, we estimate that this would have generated about 102,000 votes. On to another 54,000, another 40,000 if you were depending on the party. That's 200,000 plus votes that were not counted that could have changed whichever way the popular vote would have gone. I appreciate you, but as I said, this was to let you know that no matter what or how you see the voting for yourself, the other people that need to be able to vote also need to know that their voice is heard regardless of what decisions they've made. If they've been punished and you've done your time, they should have that right, because their influence is just as much as important as ours and could be the tide that changes whatever it is that we're facing against. I thank you, and that concludes my
I didn't stop it in case you wanted to edit it or something.
Oh, no, you're fine. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mr. Bohlman.
What was the time on that one now?
This is my class that allows me to use them as an audience.
That's a year.
Go Army, ho.
Oh,
Oh, God.